Hi, welcome back to Sue's 50 and Over Yoga Restorative Stretching, and we're gonna start out right on the mat. Again, if you'd like to subscribe, that'd be great. It's gonna be 30 minutes. And we're gonna head right down to the mat and come into tabletop. Flex your toes under. And I want you to we're gonna sit back and go into screaming tiger toes. So we're gonna start out with screaming tiger toes because they're a good stretch for our feet. Ow. Ooh, that actually hurts. So come into it slowly. If you just lean back, and then if you can sit up onto your heels with your toes tucked under. This is really good for the arches of your feet to stretch them out. I like to do this almost every single morning because I walk a lot and I don't want to get plantar fasciitis again. So that's one thing. And then when they get to be a little painful, and actually that's why they call it screaming tiger toes, I just come back I just stretch out my feet so I'm on the tops and just stand here. Then we'll go back I want to go back into the screaming tiger toes 2 more times because you really need it. And then we're going to stand up and we're going to do some squats standing in place. We're going to do 15 of those. And then we're going to come down into tabletop and head down into the cobra poses. So that's the beginning of the class, or the session, or the fun yoga stretching, whatever we want to call it. Okay, so let's come back into screaming tiger toes. I often have this in the morning. I just make a cup of coffee and I sit there in the morning, and often I look at my phone or read the news or look at emails or something like that, or texts, and just do a little texting, emailing, reading, and drinking coffee, and come in and out of this pose. So come on back down. It's really is part of my morning ritual, and if you've ever had plantar fasciitis, I would recommend you adopting that same morning stretch because it's thankfully really helped me. So I don't want to speak too soon because I don't want to get it back, but I think I feel like it's been extremely helpful. And again, I walk a lot. I kind of hike up and down hills. Not really steep, although I wish there was some steep ones here. But definitely hills and in the woods and very uneven surfaces, which I like. And I probably do 5 miles every day. So my feet need to be stretched out. And today I'm going to do it in my snow boots because it's covered in snow. And I went out yesterday, it was absolutely beautiful. It's sunny and bright. It's beautiful. I love being out there actually by myself. I love it. Sometimes I go with friends, but I like both friends and without friends. Okay. After this last one, just come on back out slowly. Relax your feet. We're going to come up into a standing position and then do squats. Squats standing in place, and I'm going to do 15 of them. Squats are, of course, essential for us to keep our strength in our thighs. So, and I changed rooms today because this one is really sunny. It was just cold in that other back room there. So spread your feet about hip distance apart, and we're just going to come down in place. So you want to keep your knees. Don't go over your toes. Don't go over the tops of your toes with your knees. You want to you basically need to put your bottom back so like you're sitting in a chair. Just consider yourself sitting in a chair. So when you come down, you just come down. Like if there was a chair under you, you could hit it. So as far back as you can kind of get comfortably. And then come up really slowly. I want you to, you could even put your hands on your thighs. I want you to feel your thighs strengthening as you come up. So the slower we come up, the stronger our thighs will get. So we're going into 2. And then I'm just going to hold on to my thighs so I can feel them. That's 2. It's kind of hard to go so slow, but it's really how we're going to build muscle. So if I can go slow, you guys can go slow, because I usually like to kind of quickly go through things. Okay, this is 3. 4. 5. You got 10 more. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then before we go into, okay, let's go to 10, and then we'll have 5 more. That's 10, so we have 5 more. I just want to take a moment to talk about our next few poses. So we're going to come down into tabletop after we do the last 5 of this, and then we're going to go to the ground, and we're going to do first baby cobra, which is just coming up a little bit with your back, and then we're going to do the full cobra, coming up a little further, and then we're going to go into Sphinx. And when we do go into Sphinx, we're going to be looking back to grab our left foot or our right foot, and to give that a good stretch. And the one other thing I want to do is, after these 5 more squats, I'm going to turn to the side. I want to just go backwards and look back for a backward bend. Okay, so let's go squats. We'll go 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the last one. 5. I'll come to the side. Want to go into our backward bend. It's easy. Just spread your legs a little bit and just come on back. And you can hold your back so you can go a little further. And then come on up. We're gonna do that 3 more times. That's 2, so we're gonna do 2 more times. 3. 4. Okay, so now we're gonna come down to tabletop. Just come down on one knee and then come down the next knee, come into tabletop. We're gonna come down, let's do a few cat-cows here just because it'll help to stretch our back out. So raise your back in the middle, get a good arch in there, drop your head down. And then the opposite, bring your head up and let your back come down, let your stomach come down, and then back up again. And then come on back on your feet. I basically go, when I do these poses, I have in mind, I usually have in mind a program that I want to do, but then just like everybody, you feel like you want to stretch out certain parts after you've just stretched out the other parts. So a lot of times I might just add in some stuff because it just feels more natural and more normal to stretch out our back the other way. Once we just did the back bends, it feels good to kind of come down and do the cat-cow. So now we're going to come down and right onto the mat on our stomach, and we're going to do the baby cobra, full cobra, and then Spinx. So baby cobra, put your hands right by under your shoulders or by your chest, close to your body, and come up a little bit. Keep it controlled. I don't want you to come up a lot here, and keep your eyes down. Don't look to the left and the right here. Okay, we'll come up 2 more times. We'll come up 3 times in each of these. Okay. Okay. Let's come up to full cobra. Come on back down, and when you do come down, I want you to think of your head being pulled forward. Keep your gaze down, but pull your head forward. Same coming up. That's 2. Okay, 3, and then we're going to go into the Spinx. So, before we really go into the Spinx, I want you to bend your knees, grab your ankle with your right hand, and put your forearm in front of you to give you some balance. And I want you to stretch out your thigh. You should feel this here. I want you to just pull your leg up and put your head up. Keep your gaze down. Put your forearm right in front of you on the mat. And get a good stretch in here. And then we'll switch sides. Remember, we're trying to get our legs and back stretched out for this morning. Okay, grab your right again. The last class I did it where we grabbed both of our ankles at the same time and then rose up in the locust. And definitely a little hard to do with my thighs are very tight. So this is a little more gentle for sure. We're just doing one side at a time. Strengthening and lengthening your right thigh, really stretching it. We're not really strengthening here. Grab the right. Okay, grab your left. And then let's do a child's pose just to get the back stretched out a little bit. And then come on up and we're gonna go back into Sphinx. So I'm gonna turn this way for a change. Come on down. I want you to go onto your forearms for the Sphinx. Extend your legs, raise your head, look forward. This is kind of a gentle back, gentle back stretch. And okay, come on down on your forearms, and we'll go up one more time. Okay, let's go up one more time. Next, I want you to come and just turn over on your back after we finish this one. Just gonna turn over on our backs. Very gently and very slowly. We're gonna do some stretches in this position. First one we're gonna do is the bridge. I'm not gonna use any blocks this time. I want you to first just come up, put your hands, so you form a fist, or like this, however you want, and just put it under your bottom, just to get a little tiny lift. And then we're gonna take our hands in the prayer position, kind of put your shoulders under and bring your hands under your back. So this is a bridge. Okay. Then come on up. And we're gonna go into, I wanna do that again, and we're gonna raise one leg at a time in the bridge position. Actually, should feel pretty good. So, put your shoulders tucked under, your hands so that you can raise your back. And then I want you to put left leg up, straight up in the air. Okay, put it down, put your right leg straight up in the air. Okay, put it down, put your left leg straight up in the air. Put it down, put your right leg straight up in the air.
Okay, now I want you to grab your knees. Put your hands around your knees and pull them towards you, nice and tight. Then grab your calf with your right hand, and I want you to just keep the other knee bent and pull that leg towards you. I want you to try to keep your knees straight and flex your toes. This is just really stretching out our legs here. Then we're going to drop our leg to the right. Drop it to the right. Get a good stretch on your inner thigh. And bring it up. And then go over to the other side. I think I needed a little more space over here. So it's a bit crooked, but it's good enough. I can still feel a really good stretch here in my hip. Okay, come on up. Okay, now we're gonna put that leg down. We're gonna stretch the left leg up. You can bring your head up to your knee if you'd like. And also straighten out your leg if you can and bring your toes active back towards you. Feel free to have your head come up a bit. Okay, you should feel a little bit of a pull here in the back of your leg, back of your thigh, and also back of your knee. Okay, drape that leg over to your right. Okay, and then we'll need a little more room here. Drape it to your, still need a little more room. To your left. Bring it back to the sky. Bring your knees bent. Get back on your mat if you've had to get off your mat. And we're gonna do some sit-ups here. Put your hands gently behind your ears. You're not pulling. You're just giving your head a slight sturdiness with your hands. And we're just going to lift. So you're basically just gonna lift straight up so your eyes are just staying straight toward the ceiling. We're not bending over forward, okay? And we're gonna do 20 of these, so one like that, just straight up and then down, just a little bend. We're looking for the muscles down here deep in the stomach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's it. Put your hands down by your side, and we are going to stretch out our legs right here. We're going to stretch out our hands above our heads, straight overhead. Get a really good stretch in. And I just want to raise your right leg to the sky, raise your left hand to touch your right hand, and then back down. And then up again, and then back down. again. Back down. Let's switch sides. So raise your left leg, up again. Your right hand is touching your left leg for a little bit of traverse stomach workout. Very light, little tiny muscles we're working. And then put your hands straight up behind you. Bring them down by your side. We're going to go right into Shavasana from here, so we're not getting up again. And just relax. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to come back up into a seated position, and I want to thank you so much for coming. It's a very bright sunny day out here. It feels really good, and I wanted to come into this warm room, which feels a lot warmer than the colder room in the back where there's no sun. Not yet, anyway. Thank you again for coming. Thank you for subscribing if you want to. If you'd like to, I would totally appreciate it. And again, this is Sue's Restorative Stretching Yoga for 15 over.